I'm starting to really doubt that Disney, LucasArts, or Lucasfilm, whatever, didn't really try their best with Han Solo. Of course, obviously, when I upload this movie hasn't come out, but I really think they didn't really want to try, or they did try to make it good, but somewhere along the way they focused more on either The Last Jedi or their next upcoming Star Wars film. But the reason why I'm starting to doubt that Lucasfilm has faith in their own movie is because simply there's no trailer. And I know you might say, "Hey, there's no argument there," or that's an invalid argument. That's not enough. Let me try to explain. Remember when The Force Awakens when it was first announced? It was announced in what, 2014, I think, or 2013. I'm not exactly sure, like late 2013, and it came out 2015. That movie was announced. The teaser trailer came out like almost the year before. You see where I'm getting at? Solo, A Star Wars Story, is 2 months away. It's in May, right? We're already entered in February. It's 3 months, let's say. I honestly, this is what I think Lucasfilm is gonna do. They're gonna release the trailer for Solo, Star Wars Story, maybe a month before the movie comes out. Minimum 2 weeks. And I believe it's going to be 2 weeks because that gives reviewers or those the cabrones who looked at every detail in the trailer for Easter eggs and messages and all that shit. I feel that they're gonna release it 2 weeks before, so they give those people less time to either tear the movie apart, to either shit on it, or and for this last one, it's gonna not really make sense. For me, it makes sense. It's not gonna give all those scavenger hunt motherfuckers, like those Easter egg hunters. It's not gonna give them enough time. Maybe they might pull something out of their ass and look at the trailer in one night and find everything. I don't know, but maybe they don't want to release a lot of the movie too quick. Like Force Awakens is a good example. The ending result, I mean, it was an amazing movie, and the internet was broken for about a minute or some shit when the first trailer was released. And the trailer itself, it gave nothing away from like from the plot of the movie or what was gonna happen or nothing. It just gave a simple who's gonna be in it, who was on which side. That's it, and where it's gonna take place. That's all it gave us. And the ending result gave us way more than that. I know very little about the upcoming Solo movie. To be honest, I haven't been doing my research because there's just not a lot that's been said. All I just know is that Donald Glover is going to be in it, Woody Harrelson, and I did not see Peter Mayhew. And well, I mean, I did see that Chewbacca in the crew picture, but I don't know if it's Peter Mayhew, but I did not see him. So right for now, I'm going to count him as absent. All I know is that they're going to be. I don't know. There have been no leaks. Nothing has been said about where it's going to take place, or I mean, nothing in detail where it's going to take place or how it's going to revolve around Han and Lando. I mean, if I had to guess, it's going to pretty much focus on his upcoming as a smuggler, and maybe it's going to show the scene where he won it from Lando, and I think it was a betting. I can't remember. I mean, I know he won it from Lando. I think it was on a bet or some shit like that. They might reference episode 5 in that particular way because if you've seen episode 5, when they meet Lando for the first time, he says, "Did you take care of my baby?" or some shit like that. Or, "What did you do to her?" And Han says, "Hey, you lost her to me, remember?" So maybe I have, like, I'm 90% sure that they're gonna show that scene. I've heard rumors that Darth Vader might also be in this movie, so I'm expanded universe wise from the old canon. I think there was a few times when him and Vader met before the events of episode 4. I'm not exactly sure. I'll be honest. I didn't read all the comics because there was a fuckload, but I'm pretty sure that at least once or twice they met. Maybe that might be covered in the Solo movie because, like I said, I heard rumors that Vader's gonna be in it. I don't know if it's gonna be a cameo like in Rogue One, or if he's gonna play a bigger role than in Rogue One. But it's not confirmed nor denied, so I can't rule it out. But I can also include it. And like I said, a lot of Han's past was erased in the old canon, so we'll never know if because believe it or not, Han was actually married in the old canon, in the Legends, I think it's what they call it now. He was actually married to a black chick. That's why a lot of the theories as who Finn's parents were, a lot of people actually thought his mom, his dad was Finn, and that his mom was the black lady he ends up marrying. I forget her name though. I did read that comic. I remember reading it, but I forget her name. Anyway, he has a kid with her, and it's a guy. So I mean, you see how a lot of people thought that that Finn might be Han's long lost son. Now in Solo, I'm guessing what they could do is they can give Han a romance interest, like a romantic interest, and it could be her. But instead of them having a kid, she could die or she can leave or whatever, resulting in them not seeing each other ever again. That's my theory. I'm not saying anyone should take that theory or you should spread it. That's what I believe, or that's what I think should happen. Because little by little, Disney has been incorporating the old canon into this new canon. Like, for example, they brought back Thrawn. You know who Thrawn is? He's that blue fucking bastard he's an officer in the Empire. They brought him back. They actually brought him back into the expanded universe. And Rebels, they made a small reference to Revan. Revan, if you don't know who Revan is, he's mainly a character from the Knights of the Old Republic. If you don't know who I'm talking about, I'll probably put up like a picture of him if I want to, or if I remember. They actually made a reference to Revan in one of the Star Wars Rebels episodes before it was tragically canceled. I mean, I think it was canceled. I kept hearing it that it was canceled. So, like I said, maybe they might incorporate her into this new canon, but not in the exact same way as the old canon, you know? Like I said, maybe they could have had a fling going on, her and Han, but it doesn't really go anywhere like it did in the comics. You know? Because if it did, it's going to be like not a continuity error in the new trilogy, but it's going to be like, hey, well, what the fuck? What happened to his son if he ended up having a kid with her? So, like, you know, it's just going to be like a loose end. I don't know. I just, I really want to like this movie when it comes out, but I don't know. I just get bad vibes from it, you know? Like, there's no trailer out. There's no official poster released by Lucasfilm. Why the fuck do I keep saying LucasArts? That's the video game company. There's no official poster released by Lucasfilm. Like I said, there's also no trailer. Not a lot is known about. Well, I mean, that's normal. I mean, the past 3 Star Wars movies, you pretty much didn't know shit. You had to speculate based off a fucking trailer, but we don't even have that to speculate. So I don't know. I really want to like. I mean, I'm obviously gonna like it because it's Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars is always gonna have a place in this cold, dead spot I have in my chest. But I don't know. I just feel that it's gonna be the first critically bad movie in this new Disney Star Wars saga. But you never know, because like The Last Jedi. That movie was so fucking polarizing. Holy shit. Critics loved it. Fans, they were split. As a fan, I loved it. I loved the movie. I loved the visuals. I loved everything about it. But I do have to admit, and I am going to spoil it here. You already it's been over a month, 2 months actually, that you can see this movie. When they kill off Luke, that kind of pissed me off. It really pissed me off because he dies just like así, nomás chinga, like out of nowhere. I understand that this new trilogy really wants to reflect or mirror the original trilogy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Luke is pretty much the new Yoda. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure we all know about it, but I'm gonna go over the steps anyway. He trained someone who was strong with the Force. He found out that it was probably gonna go nowhere. He trained them anyway. The apprentice left the training halfway through, and I mean, I think that's where it ends, because in the original trilogy, Yoda doesn't do anything. Like, when he comes back, Yoda just dies. Like, but in this one, instead of him just dying, he projects himself using the Force. And for all you people saying, "Oh no, that's bullshit, you can't do it," read the fucking the what's that book called? It's the Sith, no, not the Sith, pendejo. It's the Jedi Order Handbook. I forget what page it is, but it actually, and this is from the old canon, so you can't really fucking defend yourself with this. It says basically that if one is strong enough with the Force, you can actually project a doppelganger. A doppelganger is like a clone of you, a fake clone, someone that looks like you. So, like I said before, I think Disney is incorporating the old canon little by little, and I mean, I like that reference. Not a lot of people read that book, so they didn't get it. That's why they were pissed. That's the only thing I didn't like about the movie. That's the only thing, that how they killed off Luke. I mean, we knew he was gonna die. I mean, I think before Episode 7 even came out, the Lucasfilms themselves told us that all 3 of the original cast were gonna die. So, like I said, I'm glad that he had a badass exit, but at the same time, I don't like how they killed him off. Like, I don't know how to explain it, you know? And that's one thing that I really don't think Solo is going to have. I don't think Solo, as much as I want to love that movie, I don't think it's going to have a good punch in the liver as The Last Jedi did with killing Luke, or Star Wars Episode 7 with killing Han. I feel like Han's death was more tragic or more holy shit than Luke's death. Because Luke's death just, like when you just see him sitting there crisscross on a rock and he just disappears. Like, you don't see him agonizing. You don't see like sadness in his face. Not like when you see Han die. You see Han grabbing Kylo's lightsaber, and you think he's gonna like come to the light side, and I don't know, he just and you see Han's face end up all sad. You see him touch his son, like that just hits you. Compare that to Luke's death, and Han's death wins by a fucking mile. Maybe that might be a reason why they're not gonna have something so tragic or so gut wrenching happening in Solo, because to the character something tragic already happened. So I mean, I understand if they wouldn't do something like that, but also it has to have like a giant climax, like a oh fuck, I did not see that coming kind of moment, you know? But we have to wait until the trailer comes out, and when it comes out, believe me, I don't know if I'll do a reaction, because I don't think my phone is capable of doing that, or like editing and all that shit. But if it does come out and I don't do a reaction, I will do like what I think is gonna go down. So I'm gonna wait for that video to come out, and when it does, you bet your ass that I'm gonna be tearing it up or reviewing it or whatever. But until then, I'll let you fuckers go right now, and see you fuckers in the next video. ¿Qué hola, culeros? You can see my last video acá. You can subscribe over here, and you can see all my fucking social medias aquí abajo. Now you better fucking watch the last video, because you never know, it could have been funny. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it on Facebook, Twitter, anything you can share it on. So get to it, fuckers.